Hi everyone, welcome back to Simply Maha, and on today's international mashup, we're going to be combining these Indian pancakes called aloo tikki with classic American hash browns and creating these really ooey gooey cheesy potato pancakes.
Whoa!
So let's get started. What I have here is 2 pounds of potatoes, about 4 medium-sized russet potatoes that I have boiled in salted water, dried very nicely, and now I'm just gonna add some cornstarch, garlic powder, and salt. You don't need a lot of salt since we already added salt to the cooking water, and now I'm just gonna mix that in the potatoes, and then I'm gonna add some butter and crack an egg and mix that in the potatoes as well. And as I'm mixing it, I'm kind of mashing it into the potatoes just to get it mixed very nicely. And once I have everything started, I'm just going to take my spatula and fold everything on itself just to get it a lot smoother than what we started with. Then I'm going to add scallions and parsley. You can add any herbs you want, but these work. And then mix that again. And now we want this to be predominantly potatoes and not an actual dough. So we're just gonna add half a cup of flour at a time. And I ended up using about 1.5 cups of flour. So just add your first half cup and mix it. And it seems here that when you first add your flour, it's not going to get absorbed and that it's too dry. But as you can see here, it absorbed it quite well, but it's still too wet for my liking. It's sticking too much to my fingers, as you can see. So I just added a second half cup and I'm going to mix that in again. My third half cup, I just dumped it onto my work surface that I've had some flour on, and I'm just gonna pull the dough into itself just so I can pull it all together. And you can see here that it's not sticking to anything, and we really haven't made like an actual dough. I'm gonna show it to you up close right now, and you can see that when I tear it apart, it's not really doughy. It's still kind of tears and stretches, and it still will stick to my hand, but it's manageable, and that's what I want because we don't want to make our pancakes too compact. We still want to taste the potato, and if we add too much flour, the pancakes are going to end up tasting gummy. So just roll it out into a dough and cut it into 8 equal pieces. Once I've done that, I'm just going to shape them into balls, and I'm going to let them rest until we get our cheeses prepared. Or cheese. Nope, I googled it right now and it's cheeses. So let's go get our cheeses ready. So you can choose any cheese you want, but I went with half a cup of mozzarella and half a cup of cheddar. You know, the cheddar kind of gives you that sharp flavor, but the mozz really gives you that pull, which is what I want. So what I have here is one of my dough balls, or potato balls, should I say, and I'm just gonna flatten it out using a little bit of flour to help. And by the way, this is why you don't want to start off with too much flour in the first place, because as we work with it, we're gonna add a lot of flour. So you want to start off more sticky rather than more dry. So after you flattened it out, just add a generous amount of cheese in the center, and I just pulled all the sides, the outer edges, to the center while still trying to maintain a circular shape. So I'm just moving it with my wrists while pushing the cheese down with my thumb. Kind of finesse it however you want, whatever works for you, but you don't want any cheese to be showing because you don't want it to leak and burn in the pan when we go to cook this. And if you have to, just take a little bit from the other balls and put it on top to patch it up, and you're good to go. So I'm just gonna do that to all 8, and I'm gonna meet you in the stove. I mean, by the stove. What is wrong with my grammar today? I mean, you knew what I meant, right? But before we do that, I'm just gonna flatten it out into a 4 or 6 inch shaped disc, set it out to the side, and continue with the rest. So I have enough I have enough pan to cover my oil. I have enough oil to cover my pan, and then I'm just gonna sear these 5 minutes on each side until the cheese melts. I get rid of all that raw flour taste, or until they are beautifully golden brown, as you see here. 3, 2, 1. And then they started to have air pockets, which I was having way too much fun playing with. But you want them to be this color right here, and then just start. Did you guys hear my cooler? I'm sorry if you did, but I really don't want to go back and edit it, so so we're just gonna take it out, put them on your serving platter or cutting board, and that's it. Really easy, really simple, not a traditional. Okay, so this was just my little setup for my Instagram photo. Hopefully we can still get that cheese pull. Yes, you can dip that in anything, but if it involves potatoes, I need to have ketchup. Okay. Tamper testing. So fluffy. You can tell that the outer portion is cooked all the way through. You're not just eating like, if you have a dough that's mainly made out of potatoes and you don't cook it properly, this portion right here can taste very gummy, but this just tastes like a fried mashed potato. So good. Nothing is way too overpowering. Really simple. I really hope you guys enjoyed this recipe. If you did, you know the drill. Follow on the Insta, subscribe to the YouTube channel, like, comment, and I will see you next time. Bye-bye.